My name is Blake Moore, Natural Resources and Horticulture Agent.
Hey, I'm Dan Severson, Ag Agent.
I'm Jake Jones, Kent County Ag Agent.
And I'm Katie Young, Digital Content Specialist.
Welcome to Extension 302. We have Dr. Michelle Rodgers with us. She brought her visionary leadership to the University of Delaware in April of 2012. As Associate Dean and Director of Cooperative Extension and Outreach, she provides overall leadership for programs, personnel, and the organizational development of UD Cooperative Extension. She holds a BS degree in Home Economics Education from Indiana University of Pennsylvania and a master's degree in Rural Sociology and PhD in Agricultural Education, both from Penn State University. Thank you, Michelle, for joining us.
Thanks for the opportunity.
So, what is the University of Delaware Cooperative Extension?
Well, University of Delaware Cooperative Extension has been around for 100 years, but we've been a changing organization. We were first established to bring the research of the university to the people in the communities, to translate that research into meaningful application. And so we do that in a lot of different areas. We do that in agriculture, which is very much at our roots, but always since the beginning of time has been in the area of family and family needs, youth, and the 4-H program is part of our history, and community development type of work. Extension really touches almost everybody's life in some way with opportunities and information. The other great thing about cooperative extension is the work that we're doing isn't just from Delaware. There's cooperative extension in every state across the country. And if it's something that we don't have expertise in, we can connect to other universities across the country and get that information. That's what cooperative extension is, extending the university into the community.
I totally agree. When I work with my producers, I tell them I don't have all the answers, but I can find the person that can answer them for you.
It's a great extension answer. We're not out to sell anything, and that's what makes us unique. We're really just here with unbiased information that's focused on research and facts to have people and citizenry make informed decisions.
Can you give us a little bit of the history of how it developed at the land-grant universities?
Extension, as I mentioned before, is over 100 years old. We celebrated that 100th anniversary in 2014. It started with the land-grant mission, with universities being designated as land-grant, which meant that they were to take care of the common person, making education available to all of the citizens in the country. And at that time, it was during the Civil War. And it's really interesting that our history for the land grants came at a time that our country was so divided on many things. But the one thing that they had in common, and the law that passed, was about land grant universities. So people really believed over 150 years ago in the importance of education. And so a lot of research was being done at the university, and it was to be made available to all, and not just those who could afford it. We started with demonstration trials and started with with cotton and the boll weevil and the problems with that. We knew we had the research to solve the problem, but people weren't applying it. So extension helped to resolve that issue. We had new corn hybrids that we knew would create greater productivity. And this is a time in our country when growing agriculture and production was really critical. So that started with corn clubs, where youth were brought in and asked to grow different varieties of corn on their farm and see and kind of compete with each other and see who could have the greatest production. And as a result, their parents caught on to the different hybrids and the different ideas and really disseminated that information. So that's really our history. We're out in offices in the counties, in the communities, one of the few systems across the country that exist in every county. There's over 3,000 extension offices, and that's what we are today. That's one thing that's maintained, is that hands-on, show me, help me, walk beside me kind of learning.
So Dr. Rodgers, I'm relatively new to the extension team, but I've been working in the public sector and the private sector for years before this, and cooperative extension has just been a huge asset. So what are some of the most rewarding experiences that you have had?
Well, I have had a long career in extension at this point. I've worked at 3 different land-grant institutions, and all with cooperative extension. And the most rewarding thing is seeing that people's lives are changed through knowledge. It's saved businesses. It's helped people be more knowledgeable about how to take care of themselves and their family, how to increase the production of agriculture in this country. Probably some of the most exciting for me has particularly been working with youth and seeing them become the next leaders in the community as a result of being involved in the program. That's what's the rewarding part of it.
So, our last question would be, where would you like to see Extension in the future?
Just continuing to respond to the needs that arise and doing this in ways that reach more and more people. I'd like our perception of Extension to be understood by communities. We do agriculture certainly and want that to remain, but also that we do so many other things that can be helpful to the communities and are a vital resource. So as we go forward, I hope that we've talked about the area of health and the importance of health in our country, and in the next 100 years, could we also be seen as a resource for health and well-being of our communities? And I hope that we're reaching more and more people, being responsive to the needs across the state and across the country as a system-wide organization. So I have a question for you all. Am I allowed to ask a question? Going back the other way. So help me. Why Extension 302?
That's a great question. Extension 302 is just another way to reach clientele, to reach the folks that we serve, and also give that information that we work so hard to provide to the folks that may not normally reach out to us.
Great.
So Extension means, Cooperative Extension. 302 is Delaware's area code.
Yeah, great. Good job, Dan. Way to pick that up. I missed that one.
Well, I'm slow, but the sun shines on the dog every once in a while.
That's for sure. As you've heard in this episode already from Dr. Rodgers, University of Delaware Cooperative Extension has a wide reach for all citizens in Delaware. We cover a wide variety of topics, and today we're going to start talking with some of our team leaders to give us an overview of more specific topics that you can contact us and get help on.
It is our pleasure to welcome Dr. Emily Eernst to the Extension 302 podcast. Emily is one of our ag team leaders for the University of Delaware Extension.
Thanks, Dan. So our team includes extension agents, specialists, faculty, and also a smattering of research associates and associate scientists. That's what I am. We cover topics that are related to agronomic and vegetable crop production, and then also animal production for poultry, small ruminants, beef, and dairy. We have a lot of collaboration and overlap with the horticulture team, and some people work extensively in both areas. The ag team folks are in contact with growers to provide recommendations on best management practices and also to help troubleshoot and identify the root cause of problems that inevitably arise in ag production. Many of us are also involved in applied research about best management practices or how to apply emerging technology. The weekly crop update is located on the web. We have announcements about animal-related programs as well as crop-related, and then often announcements about things relating to the Hort team. And the way to subscribe to get the email every week is to enter your email address in the little box that's in the sidebar on the website. I just want to say that we are really committed to continuing to serve you.
Because farming doesn't stop.
No, neither does the weather or the diseases.
Yes. Thank you, Miss Emily.
We are here with Kathleen Spleen of the Family and Consumer Sciences program. Kathleen, tell us a little bit about your program.
Okay, so I'm Kathleen Spleen, and I'm the co-program leader for the Family and Consumer Science group with the University of Delaware Cooperative Extension. And we work by conducting direct education programming, and we also work through helping communities be healthier by working with coalitions to create better environments for people to be more healthy. And what's a little bit unique about our programming and our work is that we feel like every single person in Delaware could benefit from the types of programming that we provide. So some of the programming, the direct education programming that we offer throughout the state of Delaware to all different audiences are things like our Dining with Diabetes program. It's a great program that offers education plus cooking skills for people with diabetes. One of our major initiatives is our programming in food safety. We have a program called Would Your Kitchen Pass a Food Safety Inspection for consumers, all the way through our ServSafe classes for individuals in the restaurant industry. We also have programs in mindfulness, helping people relieve stress and understand how they can control their mental well-being. And as far as financial programming, we have programs like planning for your retirement, creating a spending plan. We have programs on tricky terminology that helps people when they go in the grocery store to understand all those terms that are on those labels. So we really encourage you to check out our programs. We have something for everybody of all different age ranges, all different demographics, wherever you live. We're there to offer help in creating healthier families and communities in Delaware.
So hey everybody, we're here with Doug Kraus, who is a state program leader for 4-H youth development at the University of Delaware.
4-H is the largest youth development organization. It actually reaches over 6 million youth worldwide. And it's a program that's been going strong for over 118 years, starting back in 1902. We follow that mission of empowering youth to reach their full potential, working in partnership with caring adults, trying and experiencing new hands-on activities. You know, there's that stereotype out there that to be in 4-H, you have to live on a farm, raise an animal, cook and can. And the current program is so far from that. It's certainly developed over the years. 4-H is available to everybody. There's over 100 project areas that youth can explore and learn about. Last year alone, Delaware 4-H reached over 27,000 youth just here in the state of Delaware. You know, we work in 3 primary national mandate areas. Science and technology is one, healthy living is another, and our third one is civic engagement. We do this through a variety of ways. It could be those community clubs where we have those adults out in the community that have started and organized a club to work with the kids. We have military programs. We have after-school programs. We have animal science programs. That's a huge one. Many camps. We do things in schools, school enrichment programs. Have a lot of grant projects. You know, we feel that we give kids an opportunity to build strong leadership skills. We also are able to share a lot of public presentation skills for our youth so they can go out and present themselves well and be strong leaders and leading others and just take all the life skills that they learn through 4-H that helps them in their daily lives.
Joining me is Carrie Murphy. She's a horticulture agent and master gardener coordinator for Newcastle County. She's also the program leader for the lawn and garden team.
Thanks, Blake. Our statewide lawn and garden team is a subset of our larger agriculture team. It consists of extension specialists, some of whom are also faculty in the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, educators like yourself, and master volunteers, including our master gardeners, composters, and naturalists. These master volunteers have been trained to provide outreach and education alongside our extension professionals to further expand our reach in our communities and provide support to the gardening public, as well as our important green industry here in Delaware. In each of our counties, folks have access to our lawn and garden experts through a variety of services, which includes our garden telephone line, Ask an Expert, which is an online vehicle for asking lawn and garden related questions from our website, soil testing, plant diagnostic services, demo gardens in each of our county offices, workshops and training, technical assistance, and also site visits for the industry. More importantly, our professionals and volunteers are in the communities educating folks in sustainable landscapes, integrated pest management, soil health, food gardening, lawns, plant selection, and much, much more. We have an awesome team who works incredibly hard to provide current research and information to support and further enhance our Delaware's livable landscapes.
This podcast is for educational purposes only. The views expressed by both guests and hosts are their own, and their appearance on this program does not imply endorsement by the University of Delaware or UD Cooperative Extension. We hope you've enjoyed today's episode and will come back for more. In the meantime, please subscribe, visit us online at udel.edu/extension, and join us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at UD Extension. This program is brought to you by the University of Delaware Cooperative Extension, a service of the UD College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, a land-grant institution. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.